and I'll give you a brief update on what's happening in court today. We have some exciting news that's developing that I'm sure you want to hear. So again, I'll let a few people come in before I tell you what's going on with this case. All right, give it a couple minutes. We'll go live with the message. So we're here at 500 Pearl Street in Lower Manhattan, and we're here at the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Beyond Outside the Box. Talking to us, Mel. Thank you. Thanks for liking the video. Deborah's in the house. Deborah, what's going on? I had to wait for you guys to come in. Sharon, what's happening? How are you? Hello to you too. I really appreciate you. So I'm going to be doing a new format coming to you guys live from the courthouse. Instead of going on everybody else's channel and talking about it, I'll be talking to you because you guys are really supportive. All right, so I'm going to get into what's going on. I have about 5 minutes before I go back into the court. Okay, Shauna, I want to make you a moderator. And I've been looking for you, and I found you. And there you go, Mashana. You are a new moderator. You've been supporting me like crazy. So, guys, we got a problem. There's trouble in this case. As you know, the juror number 6 has been kicked off the jury, and he's been replaced by an alternate juror. Now, last week in court, they basically said that he lacked candor. So in other words, I'll try to break it down to you guys based on memory. Please forgive me if I get a few points wrong. But I've been here day one and every day for this trial, and the first week of this trial was jury selection. So this particular juror, they had a whole series, I think it was about 14 questions that they would ask everyone. And for this particular juror, he had answered his questions according to what they asked. They said, where do you live? He said he lived in the Bronx. They said, who do you live with? He said he lived with his small baby and also his fiance, okay? So the guy talked too much, right? And then the last week, he mentioned to one of the staff, the jury staff, that he was commuting back and forth to New Jersey. I mean, listen, let's see, let me get my coordinates. So I'm in Lower Manhattan. So Brooklyn's gonna be that way, pretty much. And New Jersey is right across the river. So you could either go to Brooklyn, you could either go to Jersey. It's not a big deal. But anyway, he told the jury staff that he was going to New Jersey to stay with his child and fiance. And so the staff reported it to the government and says, hey, this guy, he was supposed to be living in the Bronx. Now he say he's living in New Jersey. So that's where the problem came. So when they questioned him about it, this is where it got sticky, right? Real sticky. Not baby oil sticky, but real sticky. They questioned, says, where are you living? He says he's been living in New Jersey, but he's still staying in the Bronx with his aunt 4 or 5 days a week. And so they asked him, how long has your child and your fiance been living in New Jersey? And he painted a picture that they've been living there all along for quite some time. The problem is, when he answered that first question, he said he lived in the Bronx with his baby and his fiance. Now he's saying they've been living in New Jersey all the time. So they got him on not being totally truthful, which is understandable. My argument as a regular guy is that sometimes when people ask questions, it's just so complicated, and you have one little form and you have to fill it out. Maybe he got confused, maybe he was consolidating, but at this point it doesn't matter, because guess what, he's out of here. And he's been replaced by another guy from a different demographic. So to me, that's a problem, right? To me, that appears to be a problem. I'm just looking in on the case. I have no say-so, but it's very troublesome for the defense. I could tell that they're all shaken to the core, because this guy, as Brian Steele brought out in court, this guy was taking notes. He wasn't asleep like some of the other parties. And by the way, throughout the day at court, on a day like today, and it's so boring in there, they're going through all the transcripts and the hotel stays. People are knocked out. And last week I was struggling to stay awake myself. I'm just telling you the truth. It's what it is, folks. It's so boring at times in here, you just fall asleep. And they have you sitting in the church pews, those hard wood seats that you start aching by the end of the day, folks. It's bad. It's real bad. But anyway, so that's what happened. Juror 6 is no more. It's end of discussion. But dig this. Coming to you guys first, there's another juror in trouble. That's all we know so far. There's another juror that might be getting the boot too. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to say too much. But, guys, it's that bad around here. And remember, there's only 6 alternates, so this could be a real big problem for this case. So here's my thoughts so far. Somebody's in trouble. Diddy's in deep trouble. I hate to tell you guys so straight, but today, let me tell you what they were breaking down. If it was me, I'd be sitting in there crying all day like a baby, you know. One of Diddy's assistants, he's a man. His name was David James. He came on the stand. He was crying like a baby. I think I'd be crying too. But anyway, today they were showing, because my whole thing was, why haven't you brought on Christina Coram or any of these security guards? And they've already pretty much named the rest of the witnesses for this case. It appears that they're not coming. Or maybe they'll show up for the defense. But my whole thing is, bring them on, then you solidify the case, because most of the victims have fallen apart during the cross-examination. That's just how trials go when you have a guy like Diddy that has some of the best attorneys. So we've seen that. We've seen them get caught up in lies, but also we've heard a lot of truth. And I say we never want to bash victims, because everybody has their story. And just because sometimes a story sounds a little flaky, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So let's not get it twisted. If somebody say they're being abused, you need to pay attention to what they're saying, because it's very important, right? But in this case, a lot of the victims did prove out to be liars, okay? Let's call it for what it is. So, where are we at now? Today in court, they're showing these individuals I just named, the security guards, all the people in Diddy's core. They have all the text messages. They have all the proof. They have the credit cards. They have the flight itineraries that Jules, the guy who was in the room with Cassie and Diddy the day of the video, when he was beating and kicking her and all that stuff in the lobby, they have him. And they show on several occasions where his flight log, he's flying from JFK in New York to LA over the lines, right? Sex trafficking over the lines. Like, how on earth can you get around this? So it's a troubling day. Now the defense have their opportunity to protect their client, don't get me wrong. But believe me, this is a tough case, guys. I have to get back into court. I went 9 minutes. You guys kept me 9 minutes now. I have to walk in there late and look like a bum. You know, I'm looking like a bum walking in late. But guys, I had to tell you the latest news. I will be coming to you guys more, because now I just come on here and talk, and I don't even care about whatever. I'm ready to talk about it, and you guys are backing me, so I come on. Let's talk to you a little bit. Hey, I'm late already. Why not answer a few questions? It is what it is. They can't kick me out. All right. Thanks for the update. Naki, please like, share, and subscribe. I need you guys around. I love it. I love it. Beyond says, thanks, Mel. Cindy, shout out to Cindy from Italy, all the way. I was in Italy back in August. Had a great time. I was at the Coliseum. It was mind-blowing for me. I really enjoyed it. Dravenot is always in the building. Shout out to you. Thanks for subscribing. Naki, I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh, Lord. Okay. Cindy says, love the new super mic. Yeah, we upgrading. I told you I'm gonna bring you guys a better product, people. Believe me, we're on the rise. You know, you guys support me, so I have to bring out a better situation. Dr. H.C. Eamon Patrick Coon. He liked the reincarnation of Malcolm X. All right. All right. Thank you. Thanks for being around. We have a doctor in the building. We're gonna need you. Uh-oh, the police is turning up out here. They're on the loudspeaker. Okay. Hey guys, I will keep continuing also the riots or the protests. They were out here stabbing folks the other night, folks. So I was out here in the thick of it at 10:30. I had 165,000 viewers. Oh my goodness. You guys wanted to see me get roughed up by those guys with their faces covered, but they weren't scaring me, so I'm cool. All right. Police was locking people up though. Mashana says, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's support Mills. Shout out to you. Great moderators I have, but go easy on people the first time around. Give them a little warning. Put them in the sandbox. Give some of these trolls a baba and a warm glass of milk, and first time around. But if they're abusive, kick them out of here. Frank, lots of drama. Yes, indeed. Beyond, outside, double tap the screen. I don't even know what that means. Oh my goodness, double tap the screen. I'm just out here, folks, covering it. I'm learning it as I go. Tracy, bring a pillow. Yes, indeed. Cindy, good evening. Mel and chat from Europe. Yes, Italy. Elon says, watch, think about Israel. What do I think about Israel? I'll have to get back to that. I'm usually covering Trump, Elon, and all these things, but right now I have to stay focused on Diddy trial because I'm putting so much time and energy in it. Every day I get up at 3 o'clock, come down to the city. Today I drove, folks. Yes, I did. I drove my new truck. It's a beautiful truck I have. Mason says America and Israel are fed up with blood and tears. Okay? You can express yourself. Just like the button and subscribe. We'll let you say what you got to say. But just be respectful. Mashana says Mel of the jurors were placed randomly or picked. I think they were chosen. I don't know. I think he was maybe chosen through a lottery. That's what some people say. But he's definitely he comes from a different background than the last guy. So the defense took a big hit to me. But maybe there's a positive way of looking at it if you're on the defense. Like I said, I'm just here to cover it. I can't tell you which way it's going to go, but I can tell you right now, you don't want the government on your rear end, believe me. Who both from says, soon come to the United States late November. Okay, you're talking to somebody in the group. Tracy Spencer. New York has people different area codes. Right on. Well, no, I do not work for the Yankees, but I'm in New York. And I represent New York all day. I've been here 30 years. Silverman says, bro, should I come to the United States? I am from... Yeah, always come to the United States. Come on out. Come check us out. Tracy, Kanita Rowley, love the suit and baseball hat. Thank you. I usually get beat up for that, but thank you for the support. And Shauna, don't forget to like, share. Yeah, I knew you were a real one from day one. I knew Mashana was a real one. Okay. Sharon says, good afternoon, Mel. What's up, Sharon? Shout out to you. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and supporting. All right, I think that's it. Let's see if any new comments came in. I'm about to go back in to the court. Okay. Mace then, Warren G. Okay. Ice. Okay. Are you the guy from Academic Stream? Yeah, they were. Well, I know they were talking about me because I go on Myron's show sometime as a courtroom correspondent, so you may have picked me up on academics that way. What do I think the purpose of life is? I think the purpose of life is to live life to the fullest and mind your own business. That's so good. Mind your own business. All right. West Cruise, calling ICE, calling immigration, call them, I'm good. All right, Jane Doe. We'll go after the escorts. providing the service to him. If heat is not illegal, why is he charged with trafficking? The bullshit is real. I'm telling you right now, if you come to sit in this courtroom, you're gonna see they have some solid facts, and it's gonna take a really good attorney to get around it. So you can believe the media if you want to, but the government don't just pull you out and charge you with stuff and come into court willy-nilly. You know what I mean? They come in here. Trust me, we're hearing some solid stuff. Shout out to Joe Flores. We've done a lot of deals together over the last 20 plus years. Shout out to you, Joe. Glad to have you on the team. And we have to get back to business, Joe. But right now, I'm taking care of this case. All right, so guys, I'm over 15 minutes. I was supposed to be 5. Let me go. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll try to bring you like what I hear and see. You can interpret it the way you want to. Okay? I'm just trying to help you see past all the people saying that Kamala Harris is here, Barack Obama was here, Bill Cosby was here handing out Jello pudding. R. Kelly is free. People just make up stuff, all sorts of stuff, and I'm just trying to help you see, like, no, that's not in court. There's nothing in court about Diddy doing anything, let's say, of a man-on-man activity. None of that. None of the parties. Well, there was some little weird thing going on with the ejac and all that, but, yeah, is that weird to me? Yeah, it's weird. But there's none of the things you heard in the media about there being drugs in the baby oil. None of that. They did run hot water over the baby oil, so when they rubbed it on, you'd be shining like fried chicken, people. Fried chicken. Hey, that's all for me. My name is Mel, and this is Watching the World. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll have Joe Flores help you out if you need any direction. Joe can tell you what's going on. But other than that, I'll see you guys after court. Thank you for tuning in.